I shall endeavor to make a vlog. Oh man, I need to go to the store in a minute. I'll probably, one of the biggest lessons. Once again, I throw my trash. Oh, I gotta turn off the water here. I throw my trash towards the door and take it out a little at a time. I don't even know what day it is. Just had a shower. I gotta turn that damn thing off. I must say, it is a wonderful affair. I had to actually fill my gas tank again, propane tank, but I need to go get food and soda too. Probably, the biggest lesson I've learned in all of this is, I wrote a lengthy letter to a girl I was married to like 30 years ago, over a 4-day period. I mentioned this. I've learned to sort of disregard input from other people, and I think it's not even disregarding. It's not like disregarding everything out of hand. Really what it is people live down there now. I hadn't been outside much. Can't see. It's not just disregarding like out of hand, like, oh, I know everything, you know nothing kind of a thing, or like that. I scan it and consider it. It's more of learning to, for me, what I found is most of the people in my life are not professional entertainment business people, and everybody has an opinion on art. That's kind of the problem, and the great thing. But you have to consider the source, where these opinions are coming from, and the motive. There's a motive behind everything we do, and in a lot of spiritual programs they talk about keep your motives pure. Wanting to make money and get laid is not a good motive for doing a lot of stuff. Somebody's shaking a spray can over there. But really the biggest lesson, so what it is what I do is I consider the source, and I learn what is valid input and what is just simply coming from a destructive, hate, rage, bullshit place. And, surprisingly, for me, maybe I'll take a little walk. It's the kind of thing where I'm really surprised. It is a spray can. I'm really surprised that there's, I think, 4,000 or 5,000 thumbs up on my main site. I quit looking at overwhelmingly up and like 200 down. And man, that is a bright pink shirt. But it's the kind of thing where it's just been such an invaluable thing to learn, that like after being exposed to all of these thousands, now coming up on 100,000 views on my main site, after being exposed to these thousands and thousands of people and opinions and this and that and the other type deal, to realize like that most input you get is going to be coming from some type of motive, and that motive is in your regular life anyway, and on the internet. I look for people who are coming from a place of love, and it is license number just in case. He looks suspicious. Might have to shoot him. But the guy with the spray can. I don't have my glasses, so I can't see a damn thing. But I just couldn't stress enough. First of all, I'm completely away from other people, and I couldn't have done any of this with the input from other people. And I'm a seasoned journeyman, musician, producer, engineer, craftsman. I'm at an age. I'm like coming up on 50 years old. it's the kind of thing where at this age, if I can't do something really awesome every single time, I should have started doing something else a long time ago, you know. So what a lot of people would take as arrogance and ego is just a certain surety and professionalism that comes with age. And not everything I do is awesome. I can make anything awesome. Anymore, it's about taking the time to do that. You know, do I? And I try to make everything. Some of them I make absolutely, stunningly awesome, and others I sort of leave raw on purpose. And there's usually there is an intention behind everything I do. Somebody mentioned, anyway, the first point I want to make is learn to judge. I sort of drift points. I hate that damn dog. Gotta shoot him. The redneck answered everything. Yeah, looks like we gotta put you down, Mom. But anyway, the first point is learn to sort of judge input that's coming from a valid place, and that which is just complete bullshit garbage, and everything for me, my phone calls, everything are boiled down to text. So as when I wake up, I scan through hundreds of messages, and it's like, love it, great, subscribe, and then, every few days I'll get one that just says fuck you, or starts off with cunt, or what, and I'm like, just more psychic garbage. I don't even pay attention anymore. The numbers tell me 2 people out of 1,000 for their own, and that's the other thing, it has nothing to do with me. It's their own trip, and what has everything to do with me is the people who are haters, and there are professional haters on the net. People set up phony accounts, other jealous musicians. That's such an unappealing subject. People being jealous of you. I love that movie, Ben Stiller's Tropic Thunder. He's giving a little talk, and he goes, I wrote a children's book. It's called The Boy Everyone's Jealous of. The Boy Everyone Was Jealous of. That was telling in that movie, because it let me know, like, he's considered the subject of, he's kind of an average-looking guy with some excellent comedy talents, but there must be a lot of people really jealous of his success, and everybody who's successful. But anyway, it's such an unappealing subject. Yeah, everybody's jealous of me, man, because a lot of people are kidding themselves when they think that, That's one of those slippery slopes. But, hey, that's like MC Escher. Yeah, so anyway, learn to disregard. I almost disregard all input because it's just not valid. And I did get a valid criticism, or not even criticism. Well, I guess criticism. I did a song this morning. I got a comment. She left a glowing comment, too glowing, which for me on one song, which was I don't pay attention to the overly positive stuff either. In fact, much I don't pay attention to. I look at them as general trends. It's like, yes, this has the word good, love it, great. They like it. Next, good, love it, great. Good, love it, great. I'm not looking to have my ass kissed, but I'm looking to eventually sell records, I'm not looking, I'm a professional journeyman, craftsman, and all this stuff, and it's come at a price, I'll tell you that much. So I'm not looking for critiques or comments. I mean, but what her comment was on, I did a cover of Elton John's Live On, and a lot of people don't get it, but with cover tunes, it is really, I can cover and copy Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, The Who, all the greats, and duplicate them, but there's no point in that. Unless I can bring something to a song, then I have probably 100 that are completely done, where it's just an exact copy of the original. It came out too close anyway, and it bores the hell out of me. There's no point in duplicating when you do covers. But her criticism was, I would like to hear more chest voice and less head voice on this, and on my cover of Leave On by Elton John. And I kind of get annoyed with some criticisms because they haven't been through the whole playlist, and they don't look and go, oh, somebody who can do all of this single-handedly must have a pretty, good command of this stuff. It's almost sort of, the criticisms are totally amateurish sometimes. And this was one of the most dangerous, a vocal coach, I found out, who are some of the most dangerous people on earth. a bad one, and even the good ones are suspect. Always hitting the right notes is the thing, and then after that, it's all about attitude and inflection. But she said she would like to hear more chest voice and less head voice. And when I thought about that, I did that. I thought about that, and I've sang that like that before. However, I'm not duplicating, and I wanted to make it kind of country bluesish, kind of, almost Allman Brothers, Warren Zevon kind of thing. And I've sat next to Elton John for weeks on it. When you get into the chest voice, it's really easy to sort of. It's one of the most dangerous places to sing because it puts out sort of a false, phony-sounding drama. It's important to understand all of the registers and palettes your voice can come from. But it was sort of a valid criticism, but it was a lot of this comes down to taste, which is, and on that one, I actually listened to it professionally. I hadn't even considered it since I posted it, really. And I went, I liked it, and I liked what I did with it, and a lot of people have, or not, but the point is that it's a matter of taste at some point, and yeah, I could do that chest voice, and it gets to sounding really Elton Johnish. So I get a little perturbed sometimes when people who really, what a douchebag, huh? It's easy to sound like a dick talking about stuff like this, and I've produced and worked with so many arrogant people, it's horrid. But anyway, another MC Escher shot right there. Oh, that's perfect. MC Escher, anyone? Anyway, I guess it's an annoyance that the people who are way too praising or way too critical. I don't pay attention is the point. I really don't. You have to be centered in yourself and also have a good command of all of the stuff involved. But with that one, it was sort of, I understood her point, but what she needed to kind of get was like, dude, I'm nearly 50 years old. I've worked at the very tip top of the business. Look at everything in the playlist I did single-handedly. Yeah, I get you. It was a decision, and so that I think sometimes annoys me is when people who really aren't qualified to critique things critique them. And like I said, I'm such a dick. I'm not after critiques at all. I'm building a fan base, and hopefully these people will some year, it looks like now, buy my damn album. I'm in no hurry. But it really isn't art, and I'm going to do a whole thing on cover tunes because I've seen people talk about it, and there's so much there. I could give you weeks on the art of it. But if you can't change anything and bring something to it, I did a cover of The Cure's Just Like Heaven. That wasn't like just an afternoon. That's one of the few where 6 months in the making, and off and on, and because I wasn't bringing anything to it. And on mine, people are commenting like crazy. I love it. You really brought something to it. You made it your own. That's incredible. Such an incredible song and a tough song to do anything with. Where can I buy it? I got to get something for sale. But anyway, it's sort of about knowing who you are, what you're trying to do, understanding the implications of every inflection, of every word, of every instrument, everything about it, and then executing, that plan. And they don't all work out, but like I said, it's a point with me where I can make everything work out. It's just, do I really want to spend the 200 hours on some stuff? And some stuff comes together in 20 hours. A lot of it. I pick songs. I know from the start exactly what I want to do. But, yeah, on that one, I think I did remove that comment. I'm not sitting in an ivory tower. It's not allowing criticism or whatever. I tried to let all criticism stand on another site, and it just doesn't work. And then it's kind of selfish for me because people start arguing. People jump in to defend me, and then I see all these emails going back and forth up on topics that I could care less about, or they don't understand my point at all to begin with. But my point on that one, I did that on purpose. Did it very sort of head voice, a little nasally, and to bring a certain kind of different flavor to it than the original had. Um, and like I said, the thing that annoys me is that people don't consider that I might have possibly thought of that. Every criticism that's come through so far, it's my job to look at stuff, and was my job for years at the highest level to look at musical work and from a place of love and understanding and sort of a position of, hey, let's really get something wonderful done here, for me or usually other artists or myself, to have that objectivity. So yeah, it's and haters, I don't even give them the consideration anymore. It's just another data point. Oh man, somebody posted a whole lot of love. What are they hating or loving? Oh, muy bueno. Saludes. It's lucky I learned to speak and read Spanish pretty well at one point anyway. I don't know how people find these sometimes. But I don't want to do any editing, so I'll just drop off. Yeah, the haters, it's all about them and nothing about me. And it shows the level of my own spiritual my own balance in the world, my reaction to them. If I'm really balanced and feeling good, then because you're going to get haters. There's a lot of sick people out there who think that their tennis shoe 3-second cell phone video deserves to be a global thing. They're just not professionals. Again, they don't get it, and they won't get it. So yeah, like I said, it's not really, it's sort of about learning to disregard everything, but more than anything, it's about learning to filter the information that comes in the form of advice and comments and stuff. I'm repeating, and I do that quite a bit. Sometimes with purpose, other times I'm just forgetful. But it's really about learning to ferret out useful information, input, and learning to ferret out what's just complete repetitive garbage that has no basis in reality. And that's the toughest thing in life. What input do I accept? What is valid input and what isn't? But I think you can hone that skill over time. So that's what I'm thinking. And I'll stop in a second. Another really telling situation is that I have had 0 haters on this, my personal site. Why is that? Because they seek to publicly humiliate you. They all come by, they all post exactly the same thing, basically, fuck you, faggot. It's such a cliche. I laugh so hard because I have several fake accounts that I don't want to jeopardize my main account that will torment them if they even monitor their fake account. It's a whole involved deal, but anyway, basically it just says it the best, and I hate that kind of language, but it's funny to me, they're twisted individuals who they don't have a complete understanding that their little tennis shoe video does not deserve to be a viral global thing. We're all looking for attention, and I think my stuff deserves a certain amount of attention. Probably not a global phenomenon or anything, but there's a certain amount of people. I keep it in perspective. There's a large amount of people who'll be interested in what I'm doing. It deserves more attention. Something that has 500 hours into the music and the video probably deserves more attention than somebody turning on a camera like this and going, but again, I hate people who always go, again. Usually they're idiots, without anything fresh to add. But, a lot of it is people that just have no concept or clue of sort of their proper role in the world, and they lash out a lot and stuff. So, honestly, I know people have problems with haters. I just look at it like more useless garbage. So let's see. I normally, I haven't done poltergeist ending in a while. I put endings on my vlogs. People, this vlog is clear.